I think the evidence is that the economy is still growing pretty well. The one thing that's been going wrong, if you like, is the stock market, and people are perhaps taking a little too much away from the fall in the market because that's never been a very good indicator of the wider economy in China. There has been a slowdown in investment, in fixed asset spending, but on most other measures of spending, at least so far, they're still growing at very good rates. So I think a lot of this pessimism, both in China and outside China, is, so far at least, not warranted.
The Chinese government is also making great efforts in curbing these bubbles in the real estate market. Will that bring an impact to the consumption here? I mean, the negative impact here in the domestic consumption, and maybe even dragging down the economy a little bit.
The sort of natural path of the Chinese economy, given its stage of development, is an increasing shift towards consumption. From a long period when consumption grew relatively slowly compared with investment. In that sense, the economy was a little unbalanced. But that is now gradually changing, and it's partly reflecting higher incomes for Chinese people, many of whom are now spending not so much on goods but on services. So the economy in that sense is shifting in the direction you'd expect towards long-term growth driven more by domestic demand, which reduces the impact of trade. Trade is still important, but it's much less important than it was 10 years ago. In that sense, there's a pretty good prospect of continuing growth in income and therefore continuing growth in consumption.